Hello, guys. I'm Timothy Earle with Earle Sports Bets and Picks and Parlays, and welcome back to another edition of Ballin with Tim Earle. It's college basketball Saturday, and we've got a bunch of good games ready for you guys to go. 5 of them that we'll talk about: Yukon, St. John's, Oklahoma, and Central Florida, and then the 3 top 10 matchups with Houston, Kansas, Duke, Carolina, and Tennessee, Kentucky. Before we jump into it, all of our plays are over on picksandparlays.net/Tim. That's where you can get a week pass for $70. That includes all of our college basketball plays. Most likely all these will be up on the site, along with 15 plus more, because Saturday's big card, so be ready for that. You get all of the plays plus everything else for an entire week, $70. And then make sure you guys are following us on socials: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Let's jump into the games. We'll start off with Yukon and St. John's. Yukon is a 4.5 point favorite with a total of 146.5. And to start it off, we're ripping with St. John's. I always like going after the team, an unranked team, especially at home against a ranked team. It's kind of been like a system-esque type of play. It's been quite good. I know it has been a little bit rough as of late, but has been good so far since 2024 started, and since conference play mainly. And we're going to be grabbing it again. St. John's plus the 4.5 at home, ready for them to get up from the number 1 team in the nation. We'll head over to UCF and and Oklahoma, where Oklahoma is a 1.5 point favorite with a total of 135 in this one. And once again, you got Oklahoma, who's a 23rd ranked team in the country. UCF, unranked. And we've actually seen some impressive wins from UCF this year against ranked teams. They beat Texas. They were competitive against Baylor in their last game, and then they ultimately lost. But they beat Kansas, which is a top 10 team. I like UCF in this one. You can get their money line on even money. Once again, kind of an ranked versus unranked system-esque type of play. We'll grab UCF in this one. Let's jump over to Houston and Kansas. Houston's a 2-point favorite with a total of 134. This one should be good. Number 4, Houston. Number 8, Kansas. And I went with Kansas here. This is a Kansas team that is undefeated at home. I know they are 17-4 compared to the 19-2 for Houston. I think Kansas is the better team. So when it comes to it, I'm grabbing Kansas. I'll grab their money line at plus 110. Let's go to the biggest rivalry in sports. Yeah, I'm going to say biggest rivalry in sports, Duke and Carolina. UNC is a 4.5 point favorite. 150 is the total. And this is going to be a bounce back spot for the Tar Heels. UNC is coming off of the ugly loss to Georgia Tech. They lost by 1 point on the road, but they were 9.5 point favorites in that game, or 8 point favorites, something like that in that game. I think this is the bounce back spot. Duke is just not as scary as we expected them to be. Yes, they're number 7 in the nation. They're barely winning games. Like they've had a couple of weird games lately. They're 16-4, but 10-10 against the spread. I don't think they get it done in Carolina. I think if Duke wins a spot against UNC, it's in Duke. So for in Carolina, we'll be taking the Tar Heels minus 4.5. We'll wrap it up with the final top 10 matchup of the day, and that is Tennessee and Kentucky. Tennessee's a 1.5 point favorite. 160 is the total. And I think this is a bounce back spot for Tennessee. An ugly loss to South Carolina at home in their last game. Maybe it was a look ahead spot to a top 10 matchup in Kentucky. Kind of similar to what UNC did against Georgia Tech. And I just think it was I know Kentucky's coming off of a loss as well, but Tennessee coming off of a loss at home as a 14-point favorite is ugly. I think it's a bounce back spot for them. Give me the balls on money line minus the 115. Now, all of our other plays, all of our spreadsheet plays are going to be over on the picksandparlays.net website, picksandparlays.net/Tim. 1 week pass, $70. Going to be a lot up for tomorrow. And make sure you guys are following on socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Let's recap. St. John's plus the 4.5. We'll grab UCF even money. We'll grab Kansas at plus 110. UNC at minus 4.5. And Tennessee on the money line. That's going to do it for this edition of Ballin' Out with Tim Earle. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck.